Hello, everybody. This is Dan Riley for Sports Talk. A few weeks ago, I discussed the absurdity we have to bear witness to, in the labor fight between Major League Baseball and the Players Association. 2 weeks later, according to ESPN, the situation keeps getting worse. We may see Major League Baseball killing itself off once and for all. The 1994 strike not only canceled the World Series, it apparently took steroids of all things to get people to tune in again after that. Now an entire season may be wiped out, and the sport may have no more second chances. Let's sit back and consider what pro baseball might be doing to itself. People from all walks of life are bickering with each other nowadays for many reasons, in the exact same manner the owners are with their players, and all that's going to do is unite the public here in the U.S. on one thing. Pro baseball really is nothing more than pro sports' answer to Wall Street. That's not good for ticket sales. Like basketball, players get guaranteed contracts, and the owners complain that their franchise's true value is in their equity, when they should sell their franchises if they can't stand that simple fact. This is nothing less than the same childish squabbling we see in Washington and on college campuses now, except there's millions of dollars at stake. What the owners and players are doing, they might need to stop embarrassing themselves, just cut the money at close to 50-50 as they can, and play ball. Enough. Both sides being so wealthy, you'd think they could show the way for society as far as negotiating a deal, not pointing fingers, and acting like an adult. But apparently that's wishful thinking. That is the legacy of the 2020 Major League Baseball season. Wishful thinking. Going forward, Major League Baseball owes its fans an apology for this nonsense. But that's only a start. For that matter, the players need to find new leadership for the union amongst their own ranks, not some lawyer who could wind up making everyone look terrible. Then the players need to write some sort of constitution for their union if they haven't already, and add a clause where there will be no strikes during national emergencies such as this one. Meanwhile, the owners should put together a gentleman's agreement amongst themselves they will knock their players out during one either. Both sides got baseball in this situation, and they'll have to dig baseball out of this hole. An impossible task? Maybe. But the steps I just mentioned can help. They don't have a choice. I've said it before, both sides fooled themselves into thinking America's pastime is an essential business. It's what got them in this position. Nobody cares who's playing center field for New York when the entire country is on lockdown. And nobody cares that the Steinbrenners might lose some cash if games are held without fans. Baseball can help heal just like the NBA can. The game clearly doesn't understand that. Look, I'm all for signing replacement players if some guys are scared of COVID. Even pro athletes should be scared of this thing. I don't care who you are. It's just that nobody wants to hear Aaron Judge's salary talk when hospitals are filled to capacity. Nobody wants to hear any players talk about their salary right now. The threat COVID poses is real. So is the threat baseball may have killed itself off once the pandemic has passed because of greed on both sides. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to understand that. Baseball is simply a chance to provide a feeling of normalcy for the country. It's the case in Korea. We're all losing our mind right now, athlete or no. Hearing the MLBPA complain to ownership isn't helping anyone in that department. Not the public, and I don't care what the union and owners think, it's not helping them either. Let me rephrase that. The president of the MLBPA and ownership groups of Major League Baseball lost their mind a lot before COVID hit. It's why we're all rolling our eyes when we hear news about this situation on ESPN. Pro baseball needs to understand nobody wants to hear it right now with so many getting sick and dying or losing their jobs. Both camps need to swallow their pride and play ball or just cancel the season. Enough is enough. America doesn't need America's pastime. If anything, it's the other way around. The owners and union need to drill that in their heads and behave like big boys. That's what the game needs. Hearing of balls and strikes can provide a sense of normalcy, albeit a demented one, in terrible times like now. Sports fans are suffering from a sort of withdrawal, and society needs some reason to believe in a brighter tomorrow. What's going on with these negotiations is just a reminder of the narcissism in the world we live in right now, and it's breaking our spirit as sports fans. And everywhere else, it's breaking our spirit. Rob Manfred needs to stop the madness between ownership and the union at any cost. The game can't afford this. That's something the union and owners can't wrap their heads around. It's embarrassing. Even more embarrassing to baseball than those steroid hearings on Capitol Hill ever were. This is Dan Riley for Sports Talk. Thank you so much for tuning in, and so long.